Hey, Crypto Media friends. This is a reminder. I got to catch up with the Aradina crew. They are actually in a great position right now, Aradina, to capitalize on this gaming sort of trend because they have been planning a game for a very long time, and it's coming into fruition quite soon, as I'm seeing in the Discord as things develop. And so I think they're looking to sort of ride that wave in. And so maybe we'll talk to maybe one of the creators sometime soon. Clonex today, though, is the topic of conversation because I do this live because this is in the moment now. I apologize if you're getting this 6 months from now, and the floor for Clonex is 20 ETH because I think that has the potential here. No financial advice, but we covered Clonex very early on. They've been they've just been hanging out because the market has been so bad. I think they just kind of kept pushing them in. This is a very pragmatic and very smart group, Artifact, RTFKT, causing this sort of well-in trend of the naming conventions for, you can even see it down in Los Angeles, names of stores having this sort of way of spelling. So anywho, we covered it early, and it was slick as hell. The website, it still is. I think the big question in my mind was, knowing Artifact and not having a meta key, which I thought was kind of one of the only ways that you could potentially get in on a whitelist, because the Discord was just packed. In this particular Discord, I was iced out. There was just no more invitations being given out. I think they had to cap it at some point because just the demand, because they were sort of hinting at a release when the market was just super hot, and then as things cooled down, they still kept their caps and everything, but we're still progressing and we're refining the project, and to have Murakami is like insane, right? But I just didn't understand at what level was Murakami going to be, involved in this project. And it wasn't until I saw the press release and everything. I'm just like, Murakami is speaking on behalf of this project. So it's not just because to be fair, Murakami has been very commercial with his stuff. You can find now his art on tennis rackets, on because it started in luxury, and that was amazing. He did an amazing collab with Louis Vuitton, and it's like fantastic. But moving on from luxury, you can see he's starting to extend his commercialization, I suppose, his imprint. I don't know if it's it does feel like the dude needs money to some degree, or maybe he's just proliferating his stamp on the world. And I think that's fine because he's an amazing artist, and he certainly has put in beyond his due in all areas of fine art to create a style that is nearly strictly his own, especially the damn flowers, right? Like you see the flower, you're like, oh yeah, that's Murakami. But how integrated would he be in this project? Like I said, Artifact, true to their moniker, wanting to be the New Age Supreme for the digital audience. It was like, okay, Murakami doing this avatar, and then you're like, I don't know. And then all I could just see was this was for whales, and it seemed like a bit of a grab. But again, Artifact is a very sophisticated group. They are, I think, kind of quasi-slight pivoting into where I think they understand who they are now, because I didn't. They were doing digital kicks and I'm like, okay, eventually that goes into streetwear and stuff like that, and I think that they love the idea of being supreme, hard, full stop, like getting lines of people to queue up outside their store kind of thing. But I think with the advent of Metaverse coming so quickly, they are in the position that Hate Beast wishes they were in, which is to be the format for Avatar within the Metaverse, that is also a fashion brand. And so that's kind of where they stand. See, it's like t-shirts, tens, rackets. As you start from Kanye and Louis Vuitton, but then like sort of I'll be honest, having them over at some fast fashion places, I think was cool, and I actually collected a couple of the t-shirts, but it's sort of questionable as to what the intent was in this space. And I think now that the reveal happened, I can really start to track what this is now, and the reveal was, I think, quite good. The art looks really, really, really fantastic in a way that they're cool avatars. They have his stamp, but I mean, look at these demons. These are super cool. But you can just really imagine these being in demand for, metaverse use as just sort of your base, if you will, like the do-rag and stuff like that. With the way that I think Remark is going, the way that I think that the sandbox is going, being able to kit out your NFT is the thing. Like, you're not just buying this JPEG anymore. What you're buying is the 3D model. And so much like Deadheads, but in this paradigm, look at these crazy like 101s. These got to be the 101s. Within this paradigm of smart NFTs placed in the metaverse, you don't even necessarily have to have the smart NFT. And I think that that's interesting because it sort of jumps over what Remark's disruption is, which we cover a lot here on the channel, of kitting out your NFT to outfit it in certain things. Well, you can do that in the metaverse just by having, by way of NFT ownership, unlocking the avatar, the 3D avatar that you have in the metaverse, and then by way of an artifact store, you can kit out your person with your avatar, your entity in the metaverse, with these whatever they want, and they're going to go supreme with it. They're going to be like very limited edition, probably slick. And I mean, with artist collaborations like this really is the bar, I think, right now in this space. And it just suddenly just being, after seeing the reveal, last night I was just like, this is so clear to me. Like, the play here is really, really fantastic, and it's really on trend and in the scope of where I see things going into the metaverse, and why I think the sandbox is a great place to be. And it's because you can actuate these things. You can create the marketplace. You can build and grow your quote unquote NFT ownership into something that's expressive in the metaverse. And this is a massive, huge shift, I think, in everyone's thinking, because I think you can have an ape, but apes are still kind of grinding away at delivering something like this into the metaverse. Apes are going to be apes, but I think this is sort of the new top shelf NFT to collect. Not just NFT, because the NFT is just ownership into a locker, a key into a locker, and what that locker provides is I think astonishing. And so I don't know exactly if I am live because I'm not getting a thing here, but let me double check. And I think I am. Excellent. Sorry, just verifying there, guys. And the floor price, ever since its mint, the mint had a lot of problems too. That's why I was sort of reticent to share a lot of this info with you guys, because the mint had a lot of problems. They were doing Dutch auction, after obviously the pre-sale that was mental, and then the Dutch auction, which was 3 ETH. It was going to sell. I thought it was going to sell out immediately at 3 ETH. I think they just had problems. They say they had attackers. And then they decided to go with the 2 ETH. flat instead of doing the Dutch auction, sold out completely. And I think, had, a great launch. And so, but it was only until like sort of I saw the reveal, and then I'm just like, and I think like others, the sales, we're in that sweet spot that I talk about a lot on the channel, that I've showed you guys here on the channel before, of getting sort of through the mint process and finding in the secondary market the opportunity to establish yourself within a project, and that is now. This is that time. There's the floor at 386. I mean, it's pretty thin, going up to 4. I think everyone's trying to barrel under 4. Yeah, everyone's kind of barreled under 4. It's not going to reach 4 for a minute, but this is why I do this live. Because if you're watching this in 3 days, this is over 4, because the reveal will have happened, and this thing is going to moon hard. No financial advice, because I think the art is really going to take hold of people's imagination, and the understanding that this is actually a metaverse play will put people's eyes towards the future, and the future utility of something like this is very, very high, with a quality backing with Artifact, and the fact that they partner with MetaKey, who are like, to me, just like kingpins of the metaverse, really says something very positive for the outlook on this project. Again, I can't give financial advice, but like, man, I just see the potential and utility here, a very high potential and utility, and the ability to get in on exciting, because I was part of the reveal too, very exciting, unique rarities, right? I mean, you're getting Murakami rarities. We're getting sort of, an expression of avatars that like the rainbow teeth and stuff. Like, it's just like they're typical of the space, like the rainbow teeth, thank you apes, but then like expressed in a Murakami style. I mean, these are insane, like, so you have the opportunity. This is just even from a fine art collector standpoint. You have an opportunity for Murakami, maybe a one of one, potentially a rarity. We'll just call it a rarity, a rare Murakami at 4 ETH. It's tough right now. I understand the ETH is down, which is also causing a lot of interest in the market. And I think that's what you're seeing the past couple of days, is everyone's coming back into the space of NFTs, and like, oh, what's here? What's popping? Because my altcoins are taking a crap right now. Got very South African there. How are you, my South African friends? And so, with altcoins taking a crap, everyone's just like, okay, let's go get back to NFTs. That was great. And a lot is flooding into NFTs. I mean, you guys saw what happened to Art Blocks yesterday as I was covering it, sold out. As I mentioned it that afternoon, sold out right away. So people are back in this space and looking. And Clonex is, I think, just positioned. This is just like, people talk about, oh, is this going to be blue chip? Is this, is this thing going to be kind of, this is 100% blue chip with Murakami, with Artifact, with MetaKey support. This is, to me, the best project for the money available by far. Now, it's $16,000. We're just gonna, we're talking about 4 ETH here. And so that's a lot, and and I understand not everybody can do it, and even myself, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into this, just in terms of like having the market take such a tank on that side, and on the altcoin side, and and having to figure out what it's like. I'm not going to be able to sell my Vogu. Thank you very much. It's like, I love my Vogu, and I won't, but there's not a lot. I'm certainly not going to be selling my Bears Deluxe, although there's a trade-off, having and getting the honey drip right now in terms of passive income is really fantastic. But I think in terms of, just being part of this movement, part of the NFT space, moving into the metaverse, this is one of the best examples of putting all the elements together that I think is possible. And so check it out, do your own research, do your own due diligence, and like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, because if you don't hit the bell notification, you don't get these for like a day or two. And so, and again, like, I do these because this is right now, and once this reveal hits, the price is going to go, I think, no financial advice, through the roof, because it's going to really accentuate the fact. And again, if you're into the gamble of this space, you have the ability right now to take a gamble and see if you could get. I will say there's 20,000, and that kind of turned me off early on as well. But I have confidence that this pairing is worth that. It's certainly, I feel like, in the past sort of quasi bear market, we had a full on bear market. Recently, I didn't think it quite worked in terms of the number, and that's why I was a bit reticent to keep covering this. But it's just like, I think now that people are back in a big way, the numbers make sense. Even at that mint number at 3, I was just like, who's going to mint at 3? But in terms of the amount of people coming back into this space, coming back into what's I think going to be hot, but also what's going to be useful and have utility in the metaverse, because that is a huge part of the narrative. As people come back in, they want to know what the future utility is. JPEGs aren't going to cut it. Dope art's not going to cut it. That just has to be the start, and that's what this project has. I'll check you guys later.